Life is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It is a test of endurance, of will, of persistence. And if you look at the life of Phil Knight, you will see a man who ran his marathon through struggle, through failure, through fire, and emerged victorious. Phil Knight was not born into power. He was not handed an empire. He was an ordinary boy in Portland, Oregon, who loved to run. Running gave him freedom. Running gave him purpose. Running gave him a dream. He studied at the University of Oregon. He ran under Coach Bill Bowerman, and together they believed shoes could be better, shoes could be faster, shoes could change the way athletes perform. But believing in an idea is one thing, building it is another. Phil Knight had an idea he called crazy. He called it his crazy idea. It was this: import running shoes from Japan, challenge the giants like Adidas and Puma, and one day build a brand that athletes could trust. It sounded impossible, it sounded ridiculous, but Knight believed, and belief is where everything begins. He borrowed 50 bombers from his father. He flew to Japan. He struck a deal with Onitsuka Tiger. He returned to America and began selling shoes out of the trunk of his car. That's the first lesson of Phil Knight. Dreams start small. They start with risk. They start with faith. Success doesn't begin in stadiums. It begins in garages, basements, and the back of cars. But the road was not easy. There was no overnight success. There were struggles every single year. Bills piled up, banks doubted him, factories collapsed, competitors attacked. At one point, the IRS came after his company. At another, Onitsuka tried to take his business away. Nike, the brand we now know, was born out of survival, not comfort, out of desperation, not luxury. Phil Knight mortgaged everything. He lived on the edge of bankruptcy for years. He fought through lawsuits. He fought through betrayals. He fought through sleepless nights. And that's the second lesson of Phil Knight. Struggle is the price of greatness. You cannot run from hardship. You must run through it. Every failure is a mile marker. Every setback is part of the race. When Nike was born, it wasn't perfect. Shoes fell apart, designs failed, sales lagged, critics laughed. But Phil Knight and his team kept running. They experimented, they innovated, they believed in athletes, they believed in excellence. And slowly, step by step, Nike grew. Then came the swoosh, a simple check mark designed by a student for 35. It became one of the most powerful symbols in the world. Why? Because it wasn't just a logo, it was a promise, it was movement, it was victory. And then came the phrase, just do it. 3 words that ignited millions of people. 3 words that captured the spirit of struggle, the spirit of courage, the spirit of persistence. Phil Knight turned failure into fire. He turned struggle into strength. He turned risk into reward. And Nike became more than a company. It became a culture. It became a global heartbeat for athletes, for dreamers, for fighters. That's the third lesson. Success is not built on avoiding failure. It is built on using failure. It is built on resilience, on grit, on never stopping. Phil Knight once said, "The cowards never started. The weak died along the way that leaves us." Those words define his journey. Those words define success itself. So what do we learn from Phil Knight? We learn that life's hard times will test you. They will break you down. They will strip you bare. But they will also reveal you. They will reveal your strength. They will reveal your character. They will reveal your fire. Failure will knock you down. Struggle will slow you down. Doubt will surround you. But if you keep running, if you keep pushing, if you keep believing in your crazy idea, you will find your finish line. it. The boy selling shoes from his car became the man who built Nike. The runner with the crazy dream became the builder of an empire. And his story tells us this: hard times are not the enemy, they are the training ground. Struggles are not roadblocks, they are the path itself. Failures are not endings, they are lessons. Success is not given, it is earned. Step by step, mile by mile, struggle by struggle. So when life tests you, when the road feels endless, when the pain feels unbearable, remember Phil Knight. Remember the runner. Remember the dreamer. Remember the fighter. And above all, remember the lesson. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't fear. Just do it.